CONvergence leveled up to YouTube. Or maybe YouTube leveled up to CONvergence.
You're obviously not going to talk about any characters that might be coming up in future episodes, but I was wondering if there are any characters that you uncovered in research, or any characters that came up in network notes that you just do not want to touch.
The answer to that is no. I haven't found any that I don't want to touch, because if I can make Professor Oho cool, who can't I make cool? I will say there are certain things I won't do, like you're never going to see Superman or Superboy use super cold breath. That's a power I've never bought into since I was a little kid reading comics. Hated it. You'll never see it on one of my shows.
Will either of them tear a cellophane version of their logo off their chest and throw it across the room to wrap up a pair of
That will not be happening. You won't see super ventriloquism. You won't see super hypnosis. To me, power bases have to make some sort of sense. So there are elements of individual characters that you won't see where I just sort of go, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Or you gotta be effing kidding me. But so far I haven't run across a character. I mean, I won't deny there's some characters that appeal to me more than others. That's always going to be the case. But sometimes almost the more obscure ones can be more fun, just because we have more sort of carte blanche with what we can do with them. And again, if we can take Oho or Sportsmaster or Hook and Black Spider and make those guys cool, then who can't we make cool? I just have tremendous faith in the team I'm working with to take even the most goofy characters and just find a take on them that makes you go, wow, suddenly I'm interested in this guy.
Yeah, one thing that strikes me about the characters that are being used is I think it would have been very easy, given that we have this main cast of younger characters and Justice League members kind of having supporting roles or cameo appearances, for this to feel like this was sort of in a B-grade corner of the DC universe and we weren't getting to play with the big guns. And it definitely feels like this is in the larger DC universe and the A-list players are out there and are factors in what's going on. It doesn't feel, I enjoyed the Teen Titans show a lot, but that was definitely something that felt like it was his own little isolated corner of reality. Aside from just, they weren't using the Justice League and whatnot. It felt like even some of the villains they were facing were sort of like, well, we can use the Titans villains, but we're not going to have any of the other DC Universe A-listers coming into play.
When we started this series, I think there were 4 characters who were off limits to us, and now there are none. So, now again, you're not going to see any of those 4 characters, and other than Wonder Girl, who we already mentioned, I'm not going to say who the other 3 were, but you're not going to see any of those characters in season 1, because by the time they got on limit, we were done with season 1. It was too late.